They are not what we expected. Stronger, smarter, unstoppable.
The twin suns of Xelora Prime poured golden light across the city, turning the towers of crystal into pillars of fire. The air hummed softly, vibrating with the energy of the alien civilization. Birds, or creatures similar to birds, glided over the streets, their wings sparkling in the light. Everything seemed peaceful, almost eternal. But deep inside the Council of Elders, unease was growing like a dark shadow. "They are coming," whispered Alaris, her voice trembling as she looked at the stars. "The humans, they are coming to our system." The council froze. A heavy silence filled the chamber. For centuries, the Xelorans had lived in peace, protected by their advanced technology and ancient prayers to Cosmos. No outsider had ever dared approach their system. And yet now, these humans were coming. They cannot be stopped," asked Vela, the eldest, his hand shaking. Ilaris shook her head. "We don't know, but they are different, faster than anything we've seen. Smarter, stronger." From the observation towers, the council watched strange lights piercing the void. Ships unlike any they had ever designed moved with impossible speed, cutting through space silently. The energy fields of Xelora Prime quivered as if sensing danger. Panic spread through the council chambers like wildfire. "We must pray," said Vela, his voice urgent. "We must plead with the universe to spare us, to hide us, to make them go away." Ilaris stepped forward. "We have prayed for centuries. Our prayers were always answered, until now." Hours passed. The high temples of Xelora Prime glowed with radiant energy. Alien priests chanted, sending waves of their pleas into the cosmos. They lit the sacred flames, and every crystal tower pulsed with energy, hoping to shield their world from the unknown. But nothing happened. The humans did not stop. They did not respond to the signals. They simply kept moving, confident and silent, on the surface of the planet. Children played in the crystal gardens, unaware of the fear growing in their elders. Birds circled above them, singing their strange alien songs. But in the hearts of the council, dread tightened its grip. These humans were coming, and no force, no prayer, seemed able to stop them. Ilaris watched the approaching ships. Their design was simple, yet elegant. Smooth surfaces, perfect symmetry, and glowing lines of energy that the Xeloran could not even comprehend. She felt a chill. "They are perfect," she whispered. "Too clever, too fearless. They will not understand our fear. They will not stop for it." Vela leaned on his staff, his face pale. "We created shields, weapons, even traps. None of it will work. Their minds, their instincts, they are beyond us." Suddenly, a bright light appeared in the sky. The first human ship entered the planet's orbit. It was silent. No alarms, no signals, just presence. And yet, every Xeloran felt the weight of it pressing down, like a storm that had arrived without sound. On the council floor, the youngest elder, Seren, gasped. They don't even fear us. They are calm, so calm." Ilaris clenched her hands. "Fear! They do not even understand fear. And we are consumed by it." The humans began to descend slowly toward the surface. Their ships glided like silver waves through the sky. Xelorans had never seen such movement, such grace combined with power. It was terrifying and beautiful. Council debates became frantic. Some argued for diplomacy. "We must speak to them. We must learn why they are here before we act," said Seren. Others were more fearful. "We cannot negotiate with beings we cannot comprehend. If we fail, Xelora Prime will fall. All of us will be gone," Vela said. In the temples, priests continued chanting, louder and louder, their voices shaking with desperation. Crystals on the towers started glowing brighter, reacting to the energy of fear and prayer. But the humans did not falter. They were coming, no matter what spells or shield the aliens had. Ilaris felt her mind racing. She looked at the city below, at the crystal streets, the gardens, and the towers that had stood for thousands of years. She thought of the children, the families, the peaceful lives that were about to change forever. And yet, despite the fear, a strange feeling of curiosity crept into her heart. "They are coming for a reason," she whispered. "Not just to conquer, maybe to understand. Or maybe to teach us something we never knew. At that moment, the first human ship landed at the edge of the city. Dust rose around it, but the humans inside stepped out without a sound. They wore simple suits and moved with confidence. Their eyes were full of curiosity, their posture calm. They looked around at the alien city as if seeing it for the first time, and yet as if they had always known it existed. Xelora and the Council stared in awe and terror. The humans did not carry weapons, yet every Xeloran could feel the power radiating from them. Something about these beings, something about humanity, made the most advanced civilization in the galaxy feel small and fragile. And so, the first human contact began. The aliens prayed harder than ever, their pleas echoing across the stars. But the universe remained silent. The humans had arrived. The prayers had failed. And the age of fear and wonder was just beginning. End of Part 1. Hook for Part 2. Who were these humans? What were they capable of? And why did their mere presence make the advanced Xelorans tremble with both fear and awe? The humans stepped onto the crystal streets of Xelora Prime with calm certainty. Their movements were precise, almost deliberate, yet effortless. The aliens watched from the towers, their hearts pounding. Even from afar, the humans seemed unstoppable. Xelora could not tear her eyes away. She had studied countless alien species in her life, yet nothing in her experience could compare to these humans. They looked ordinary, thin, fragile even, but there was a quiet strength in them that sent shivers down her spine. "They do not look dangerous," whispered Saren, the youngest elder. "Why do I feel like they could destroy us with a thought?" Vela's hands tightened around his staff. "This is what fear looks like," he muttered. "Not the kind we can fight with weapons or shields. This is something else." The humans stopped in the center of the city, their gaze sweeping across the crystal towers, the temples, and the glowing gardens. They did not speak at first, but their presence alone seemed to make the air vibrate with anticipation. Then one human stepped forward, raising a small device. A holographic projection sprang to life, showing images of Earth, oceans, mountains, forests, and cities teeming with life. The aliens stayed, fascinated and alarmed. These humans had the technology to project entire worlds, entire civilizations, with perfect clarity. "They understand communication," said Alaris softly, amazed. "And they do it with ease." The council hesitated. Some wanted to greet the humans formally. Others whispered of retreat, of hiding behind energy shields. But the humans were patient. They did not attack. They did not demand anything. They simply observed. Then, almost as if testing the aliens, one human crouched beside a broken crystal pillar. With a simple gesture, he touched it, and the crystal began to heal itself. It shimmered, mended, and shone brighter than before. Gasps echoed through the council chamber. The humans could repair alien technology with nothing but touch and will. Something about their intelligence and skill made every Xeloran feel insignificant. They can manipulate matter," Saren whispered, her eyes wide. "And so easily." The humans looked around at the aliens. They smiled, not mockingly, but with understanding. It was as if they could see fear, hope, and doubt in every Xeloran, and yet they did not judge. Ilaris felt a mixture of awe and terror. "They are unlike anything we imagined," she murmured. "Stronger than any army, smarter than any council. And yet, they do not fight. Not yet." A small explosion in the distance startled everyone. An alien patrol had fired a warning shot at one of the human ships, thinking it were hostile. The humans did not panic. They simply extended a hand, and the ship's energy field stabilized instantly. What should have been a violent disaster became nothing more than a faint glow of repaired energy. Vela shook his head. "We have weapons, defenses, centuries of knowledge, and yet they mock all of it with a gesture." The humans then moved toward the council chamber. Slowly, calmly, their presence alone demanded attention. When they entered, the council elders felt their anxiety spike. The humans were polite. They spoke softly, in a strange but clear language. The aliens understood it immediately, thanks to translation devices that seemed almost magical. "We come in peace," said the human leader. His voice was steady, confident. "We mean no harm. We only wish to learn and to understand." Ilaris's mind raced. Could these humans be trusted? Could they be stopped if they wanted to? Every instinct screamed caution, yet another part of her felt curious. These beings were extraordinary. Their abilities, their calm confidence, their intelligence, it was beyond comprehension. But not all aliens agreed. Some whispered in fear, plotting. "We cannot trust them," said one. "They are too powerful. One mistake, one slip, and we will be gone." Yet the humans did not press, did not threaten. They simply observed, asked questions, and smiled when the aliens spoke of their civilization, their history, their fears. Ilaris watched the humans and thought, these beings are not like any other. They do not fight for dominance. They fight for understanding. And somehow, that makes them more dangerous than any weapon we possess. The first human contact ended with a promise. They would explore, they would learn, but they would respect the Xelorans and their world. Still, the aliens could not shake the feeling that the humans were more than what they seemed. As the humans left the council chamber, their leader turned once to the elders and said quietly, almost like a whisper only they could hear, "We are here to see what the universe is capable of, not to destroy it, unless it destroys itself first." Ilaris shivered. The words were simple, but their meaning was clear. Humans were not just explorers, they were a force beyond comprehension. And deep down, every Xeloran knew the truth. Their prayers had failed. Humanity had arrived, and nothing in their experience could prepare them for what was coming. End of Part 2, hook for Part 3. The humans seem peaceful, but their abilities are unmatched. The Xelorans must confront a truth they cannot escape. Humans may not be conquerors, but they are unstoppable. What will happen when the aliens realize how far human ingenuity truly reaches? Days passed since the humans first arrived on Xelora Prime. The city, once calm and orderly, now buzzed with tension. The aliens watched the newcomers closely, trying to understand their intentions. Every observation left them more unsettled. "They are too precise," muttered Ilaris, pacing in the council chamber. "Every action they take is measured, perfect. Nothing is wasted, nothing is left to chance." Vela, the eldest, shook his head. "We have shields, energy barriers, armies trained for centuries, yet I feel powerless. Their presence alone disrupts our defenses." The humans moved through the city with calm curiosity. They examined crystal towers, alien vehicles, and even sacred temples. And everywhere they went, they left no damage, yet repaired what was worn or broken. Doors that had jammed for decades now swung smoothly. Energy grids that had fluctuated stabilized instantly. The Xelorans could not comprehend how such fragile beings could manipulate technology with ease. One human, small and unassuming, entered a restricted research lab. Alarms blared, security protocols activated, but the humans simply touched the controls. Systems calmed. Screens lit up with new patterns, data corrected itself, and for the first time, the scientists realized the machines had been underperforming by human design. They understand things we have not even imagined," said Saren, eyes wide with disbelief. "Our best minds, they could never think this way." Panic spread among some alien leaders. The Xelorans had always believed themselves to be the most advanced species in their quadrant. And now, these humans seemed to surpass them effortlessly. At the council, debates became frantic. Some elders demanded immediate action. "We cannot let them continue. They must be stopped before they learn too much." Others urged caution. "If we attack, they will retaliate. They are not just strong, they are clever, too clever for us." Meanwhile, the humans did not fight. They observed, asked questions, and quietly helped the city. Children watched them play with small devices that projected light patterns, creating illusions of creatures from distant worlds. Even these harmless acts left adults uneasy. How could such simple gestures carry such confidence? Then came the first incident that truly shook the Xelorans. A research vessel, loaded with experimental energy crystals, malfunctioned and exploded in a controlled laboratory. The humans arrived seconds later. One of them waved a hand over the wreckage, and the shattered crystals levitated, rearranged themselves, and reformed perfectly. The lab returned to full operation. Gasps filled the observation deck. "They do not even need tools," whispered Ilaris. "They can reshape matter with thought." Some alien elders were terrified. "This is impossible," Vela said. "No species in history could do this. Yet, they did it effortlessly. How can we compete?" The council realized a frightening truth. These humans were not just powerful, they were unpredictable. And unpredictability in a civilization that relied on rules and control was the most dangerous weapon of all. As night fell on Xelora Prime, the humans gathered near a lake of liquid crystal. They studied the water, laughing softly as it shimmered under the twin suns. Ilaris watched from a tower, feeling both admiration and fear. "They are not what we expected," she whispered. "They do not fight, yet they hold all power. They are unstoppable." Vela's eyes darkened. "Our prayers have failed. Our shields, our defenses, our weapons, nothing can stop them. And yet, they are not enemies. Why do I still feel terror?" The humans stood silently, gazing at the city, their expressions calm. They had come to explore, to understand, and perhaps to teach. But the Xelorans could not shake the feeling that humans were more than explorers. They were a force of nature, a power that could not be bargained with, reasoned with, or contained. Ilaris looked down at the city streets below. Citizens were returning to their homes, whispering about the humans. Fear mixed with awe. Children wanted to play near them. Elders warned them to stay away. Every Xeloran felt the same mixture, fascination, terror, and wonder. And in the council chamber, Vela spoke the thought that all feared to voice. "They are here, and nothing we have done can prepare us. Not our shields, not our prayers, not even our wisdom. They are beyond comprehension. And we are powerless to stop what they may do next." The humans' quiet power, their calm intelligence, and their strange empathy had changed the Xelorans forever. A civilization that had always believed itself supreme now trembled before creatures who did not even understand fear, yet seemed to command it in others. The night ended with the humans returning to their ships. They did not speak of conquest. They did not threaten. But every Xeloran watching knew one thing. The universe had changed. Humans had arrived, and the age of uncertainty, or an unstoppable power, had begun. End of Part 3. Hook for Part 4. The aliens know humans are beyond their control. But will they test humanity with traps and challenges? And what will humans reveal next about their mysterious capabilities? The Council of Xelora Prime was in chaos. Fear and doubt gnawed at every elder. If humans were as powerful as they suspected, then their civilization, everything they had built over centuries, was at risk. "We must know their limits," said Vela, his voice trembling but firm. "If they are unstoppable, we need to understand how. We must test them before it's too late." Ilaris frowned. "Test them? You mean trap them? That could provoke them. We do not know what they are capable of." "Do you want to wait until they decide for themselves?" snapped another elder. "We cannot afford hesitation." And so, a plan was made. The Xelorans devised challenges, technological puzzles, energy barriers, and hidden traps within the city. Some areas were rigged to collapse, others designed to confuse the humans' perception. The elders watched secretly from observation towers, hearts pounding. They expected chaos, maybe even destruction. The humans approached the first challenge, a massive gate blocking access to the city's upper levels. The gate was made of alien energy that shifted unpredictably. Xelorans expected failure, expected frustration, but the humans studied it for only a few moments. Then, with simple gestures and a word, the gate dissolved into harmless light. Gasps echoed in the observation chamber. "Impossible," whispered Seren. "They did it in seconds." Next, the humans encountered a maze of crystal corridors designed to disorient and trap intruders. The walls shifted randomly, confusing even the most experienced Xelorans. Yet the humans walked calmly, touching the walls, sensing patterns invisible to alien eyes. They emerged from the maze not only unscathed, but having rearranged the pathways to make them more efficient. Vela's hand shook. They understand the city better than we do. They solve our traps and improve them. The Council tried a final test, an energy chamber, a powerful defense grid that could vaporize intruders with a single mistake. They activated it remotely, certain that the humans would fail. But again, the humans moved with confidence. They analyzed the grid, touched its core, and within moments, the energy stabilized. The humans were not just surviving the tests, they were mastering them. The Xelorans felt their world shrinking. Their greatest defenses, their most brilliant inventions, were nothing against these beings. Ilaris could barely speak. They are beyond anything we imagined. Every test, they exceed it. Every trap, they see through it. And still, they do not attack us. Seren looked uneasy. Are they testing us, or are they just teaching? The humans then gathered in the city's central plaza. They spoke to the council through translators, their words calm but commanding. We mean no harm. Your tests reveal nothing to us that we could not already understand. But they reveal much about you. Fear, caution, wisdom, pride, all these shape your civilization. We respect it, and we hope you respect ours. The Xelorans exchanged worried glances. Respect? For beings who had just surpassed every challenge they had created? It felt humbling. Vela finally spoke, his voice quiet and heavy. We cannot compete. Our greatest minds, our technology, our history, all of it pales before them. And yet, they choose not to conquer. Ilaris nodded slowly. Perhaps this is why they are dangerous. Not because of their strength, but because of their restraint. Their morality. They could dominate us, but they do not. That is something we cannot control or understand fully. The humans bowed slightly, then turned and walked through the city, leaving the Xelorans in awe and fear. For the first time, they realized the truth. Humans were not ordinary. They were unpredictable, intelligent, and morally advanced. And in that moment, a terrifying thought struck every elder. If humans ever decided to act against them, no shield, no trap, no prayer could stop them. Yet, the humans' restraint, their ethics, made that possibility seem almost impossible. The city was silent after the humans' departure, the streets echoing with whispers of fear and admiration. The Xelorans had tested humanity, and humanity had passed every challenge effortlessly. More than that, they had shown patience, understanding, and respect. Vela turned to Ilaris, his face pale. We prayed for them not to come. We tried to test them, to see if they were dangerous. And yet, we have only learned one thing. Our prayers were wrong. They are not conquerors, but they are unstoppable. Ilaris looked at the horizon, at the setting twin suns. And they are here to stay. Whether we like it or not, our world will never be the same. End of Part 4, hook for Part 5. The humans' patience and morality amaze the Xelorans, but not all aliens trust them. Some begin plotting conflict. How will humans respond when fear turns into aggression? And can morality truly prevent war in a civilization driven by fear? The calm of Xelora Prime had vanished. Though the humans continued their peaceful exploration, fear rippled through the alien population like wildfire. Some elders whispered of diplomacy, of learning from the humans. Others called for immediate action, fearful that humanity's presence, unchecked, would eventually overwhelm them. Ilaris watched from the council chamber, her mind torn. We cannot harm them, she said softly. They have shown us nothing but respect. But still, the fear in our people grows. And fear can destroy everything. Vela, the eldest, clenched his hands. We have built our civilization on order, on control. If humans are as powerful as we fear, we must be ready. Some among us will not wait. They will strike first. And strike they did. A faction of alien leaders, led by Malith, a powerful and ambitious elder, secretly mobilized ships and weapons. Their plan was simple: capture or destroy the humans before they could gain more influence. They believed humans' morality was a weakness, and they intended to exploit it. But humans noticed the preparations immediately, not through senses, but through observation, intuition, and careful analysis. They approached the council chamber, where Ilaris and Vela debated what to do. "We know what you plan," said the human leader, voice calm but firm. "Violence will not be tolerated. You risk not only your world, but the future of your species if you act in fear." Malith's eyes burned with anger. "We cannot trust them. They are too powerful. They will dominate us if we do nothing." The humans did not back down. Instead, They used their ingenuity to create non-lethal containment fields around the weapons and ships, disabling them without harm. Every aggressive move was met with precision and restraint, leaving the Xelorans shocked and frustrated. Ilaris whispered, "They could destroy us in an instant, and yet they do not. That is why they are dangerous. Not because of strength, but because of morality." The council debated, torn between fear and respect. Some elders pleaded with Malith to reconsider. "See what they offer," said Seren. "Their power is immense, but they do not seek to dominate. They offer guidance, understanding. We only need to accept it." Malith refused. "I will not risk our civilization on hope alone. Humanity may seem moral, but morality cannot stop ambition or fear." Tension filled the air. The city streets trembled as alien forces moved, preparing for a confrontation. But humans stepped forward calmly, extending their hands in peace. They communicated clearly. Conflict was not the answer. Cooperation was stronger than war. Then, with a single gesture, the humans neutralized the aggression without harm, creating a dome of light that contained the hostile faction. The energy was subtle, elegant, and precise. No one was injured, but every alien present understood. If the humans had chosen, they could have destroyed everything. Malith's faction was humbled, but not defeated. "This is not over," he growled. "They may be moral now, but morality cannot last forever. Power always tempts." Ilaris felt a chill. "They have tested us and shown mercy. But can we trust that even humans' morality will be enough if we continue to provoke them?" The humans then spoke to the council and citizens. "We are not here to conquer. We are here to observe, to learn, and to guide where we can. Fear is natural, but it must not drive you to destroy what you do not understand. Trust in your own wisdom and in your own morality. That is what makes you strong." The words resonated through the city. Some aliens were reassured, seeing a path toward peace and cooperation. Others remained fearful, unsure if morality alone could prevent disaster. Ilaris turned to Vela. "They have shown us what power with restraint looks like. If we can learn from them, perhaps our civilization can grow stronger, wiser. But if fear dominates, we may destroy ourselves before they even leave." And so, the city of Xelora Prime stood at a crossroads, one path toward cooperation and understanding, the other toward fear and destruction. The humans had demonstrated both power and mercy, but whether the Xelorans would follow their example or succumb to fear remained uncertain. The humans have shown restraint and morality, but alien fear persists. Will the Xelorans learn from humanity, or will their fears provoke the very conflict they hope to avoid? And what final revelations about human nature will change everything? The skies of Xelora Prime were quiet at last, but the tension in the council chambers remained thick. The humans had shown restraint, had tested the alien fears, and had demonstrated abilities beyond imagination. Yet, some aliens, led by Malith, still doubted. "They hold all the power," he whispered, his voice trembling. "They can destroy us with a thought. And they choose not to. Why?" Ilaris looked out over the city, her eyes wide with awe. "Because they are not just strong," she said softly. "They are wise. They understand consequences. They do not act out of fear or ambition. Their morality, their understanding, it is what makes them truly powerful." The humans moved among the alien population, quietly observing, helping, and learning. They did not interfere with daily life. They repaired broken machines, healed injured creatures, and shared knowledge in ways that were subtle but profound. One moment changed everything. A massive energy storm, rare even on Xelora Prime, erupted in the northern sector of the city. Lightning crackled through the crystal towers, threatening to destroy the energy grid and the entire communication network. Panic spread. Citizens ran, and even some of the council members feared the worst. The humans did not hesitate. With careful gestures and focused thought, they contained the storm. The lightning bent around the city, guided harmlessly into the ground, leaving the towers intact. The city itself seemed to glow with newfound stability. The Xeloran could only watch, unable to comprehend the precision and control the humans exercised. Ilaris felt her knees weaken. They saved us. They could have let it destroy everything, but they chose not to. Vela turned to the council. "Our prayers, our shields, our weapons. They could not have stopped this. Only their morality did. Only humans can wield power responsibly. They are not conquerors. They are teachers. Malith clenches fists, struggling to understand. And yet, they could destroy us at any moment. How can a civilization survive next to such power? Seren, the youngest elder, stepped forward. We survive by learning, by understanding. Humans do not seek to dominate. They seek to elevate. If we continue to fear them, we risk destroying ourselves. But if we learn, we may grow stronger than ever before. The humans then gathered in the council chamber for a final meeting. They spoke simply, but each word carried the weight of experience and wisdom. We have shown you that strength alone does not make a civilization great, said the human leader. Morality, restraint, understanding, and cooperation are far more powerful. You have the potential to evolve beyond fear, beyond suspicion. But that choice, that is yours. Ilaris felt tears in her eyes. For centuries, Xelorans had believed themselves supreme. They had built towers of crystal, invented machines that could traverse the stars, and crafted shields that could withstand cosmic storms. And yet, in one brief encounter, humans had shown them that true strength was not measured by weapons, speed, or technology. It was measured by character. The council sat in silence, humbled and awed. The humans had not only passed every test, but had revealed a truth the Xelorans could never have understood alone. And in that silence, a realization spread through every mind in the room. Humanity's power was not just physical or technological. It was moral. Every fear, every trap, every challenge had been met with intellect, compassion, and restraint. Ilaris turned to Vela. We prayed for them not to come. We feared them. And yet, they have changed us. Not through force, not through dominance, but through understanding. They have shown us a future we never imagined. Malith remained silent, staring at the humans. He could not deny the truth. Humans had arrived, not as conquerors, but as a force that elevated those around them. Their presence alone reshaped the Xelorans' view of themselves and of the universe. The humans left the council chamber quietly, their work complete. The city of Xelora Prime had survived. The aliens had survived. And in surviving, they had glimpsed a higher potential, one that came not from fear or weapons, but from the extraordinary combination of intelligence and morality. The Xelorans would never forget this lesson. Humanity had arrived. Humanity had changed everything. Humans have revealed the ultimate truth. Power paired with morality is unstoppable. But what will the lasting impact on Xelora Prime be? Will the aliens embrace this new path, or will fear linger and threaten the fragile peace? The twin suns of Xelora Prime rose over a city forever changed. The humans were preparing to leave, their mission complete. They had arrived as strangers, unknown and feared, and now they departed as legends, leaving the Xelorans with a new understanding of power, morality, and potential. Ilaris stood on the balcony, watching the human ships glimmer in the light. She felt a mix of awe and humility. They have done what no one else could, she whispered. They arrived when we feared, and they left us wiser, stronger, better. Vela, standing beside her, nodded slowly. They are not conquerors. They could have been. Every weapon we had, every defense, every trap, they could have destroyed it all in an instant. And yet, they chose restraint. They chose to teach without words, to elevate without force. The city was calm now, but its citizens were changed. Children mimicked the humans' gestures, curious and fearless. Scientists and engineers spoke in hushed excitement, inspired by ideas they had never imagined. Even the priests of the temples reconsidered their ancient prayers. Perhaps they had prayed for safety for centuries, but the humans had shown them that strength could lie in wisdom, not just in shields and spells. Malith, once consumed by fear and ambition, approached Ilaris quietly. I doubted them. I wanted to destroy them out of fear, he admitted. And now I see our fear would have destroyed us long before they left. They showed us what power truly is. Seren smiled softly. They reminded us that morality, intelligence, and restraint are more powerful than weapons. Perhaps that is a lesson we will carry forward. The humans approached the council one last time. Their leader spoke, voice calm and clear. You have survived fear and tested yourselves. You have glimpsed what humans can do. But remember, this power is not about conquest. It is about choice. Choose wisely. Trust in each other. Grow together. That is how a civilization survives and thrives. And then they left. The ships lifted silently into the void, disappearing into the starlit sky. The city below seemed smaller now, yet brighter, alive with new hope. Xelora Prime had survived contact with a species unlike any other, and in surviving, it had learned something priceless. Ilaris turned to Vela. We prayed for them not to come. We feared their power. And yet, they have given us something far greater than safety. They have given us a vision of what we could be. Vela smiled faintly, his eyes reflecting the rising suns. Perhaps that is a true gift of humanity. They are unstoppable, not because they fight, but because they inspire. The aliens walked through the city streets, their steps lighter, their minds sharper. The humans' presence would remain a memory, a story, and a lesson for generations. The Xelorans had looked into the eyes of a civilization stronger than their own and had not been destroyed. Instead, they had been elevated. And somewhere among the stars, the humans traveled onward, seeking knowledge, exploring worlds, and leaving quiet ripples of change in every civilization they touched. The prayers of the Xelorans had failed to stop them, but in failing, they had learned that the greatest force in the universe was not fear, not power, not even technology. It was humanity itself. The end,